What is up, guys? LordRespawn here. Welcome to another video. So in this video we are talking about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Brand new game just came out. Super exciting. And as you can see, we are playing it right here. And yeah, it's just a massive Breath of the Wild, based in the Breath of the Wild kind of environment 100 years before Breath of the Wild started. And we're going to go over in this video 10 tips and tricks to get you started on your adventure for Age of Calamity. So we're going to start off with 5 in-battle tips, and then we're going to do 5 outside of battle to prepare, etc. for your next battle. So starting off with in-battle tips, the first thing you want to do is switch between characters constantly, and you're going to do this by hitting up on the D-pad to switch between the fighters, the characters that you have. You can see on the left hand of the screen any characters that are active that you can switch between for this particular battle or the one that you're in. Obviously, you can see Zelda right there. I can't switch to her right now because in this mission I have not unlocked her as a fighter yet. But we do have Link and we have Impa. So life is good. The next tip that you want to do is you want to break everything that is on the battlefield. As you can see, you have these boxes here, and you want to be able to say, okay, let's break everything so that we can unlock different 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 pieces of, it looks like those won't break. So we're going to go down to this area, because as you can see, this thing, once this blows up, and I just hurt myself there. It should break one of these, so we're going to break these boxes. There we go. Okay. So once you break everything, it will drop different types of items, things like that. As you can see, there we go. So we got some rupees. It'll drop all sorts of different stuff to help you along your way. It's going to drop materials. You could find Koroks in there. It's just a lot of different stuff could fall from that. Now, another thing to note is that when something drops on the battlefield, you don't have to go and physically pick it up like in Breath of the Wild. It will automatically come to you. And you can see there was an apple that just came to me a second ago. You don't have to physically do it. Things will automatically come over. Now, next up, and this will be number 4, you want to make sure you're using your Sheikah Slate in battle. So how you do that is you hold R, and then this menu comes up. I always use Y, so I use the bomb. And each of these kind of have different, different use cases for each type of rune. So keep that in mind. But I always use bomb, and then there's different types. You can kind of lock them in place, and then you can attack them with X. So very, very strong, very, very helpful to do when you're in a battle. And the last thing that we're gonna show is make sure you always use your special attack. So you can see in the top left corner, it has, underneath the hearts, it has an A button, right? And on these very strong fighters, you want to lock onto them. So lock onto them by hitting the right stick in, if you're using a Pro Controller, and in a Joy-Con, and that's going to lock in. And then you want to press the A button, and it's going to do a special move. Now, you want to use this strategically in that you want to use it against strong fighters, strong enemies, I should say. You want to use it against enemies that, if there's like 100 enemies around you, it's also a very good time to use that. So, use it strategically. Don't just use it on like a group of 10 enemies. You're not going to get you're not going to get a lot of value with that. We can go back to Link here. Help Zelda out. But so those are going to be your very high level tips for being in a battle and getting started with Age of Calamity. Let's talk about a few more things that will help you along your journey and in battle. So go ahead and press the plus button, and you'll see all the characters that you've unlocked so far. If you want to view the moves that each of these characters have, you want to highlight the character, go down to status, click A, and this will show you all the different moves that this particular fighter has. You want to take the time to really learn these moves to make sure you're, can be as efficient and powerful in battle as possible. As you can see here is Link, If we go to Impa, you can see different strong attacks. You can see how the remote bomb will perform differently for Impa versus Link. Link will throw it. Impa, it launches it up into the air and kind of hits from above. So there's a lot of different things, and I won't go anywhere beyond Zelda. You unlock Zelda very, very early, but you can see how she has a little bit different. But you, again, make sure you take the time to learn the different characters that you have unlocked. The next tip is you want to utilize the Hylian Blacksmith Guild. What he allows you to do is fuse weapons together to make a stronger weapon for yourself. Now let's take Impa for example. You want to click on your highest level item or highest level weapon, and then you want to add in the duplicates basically, and that's going to allow, and you have to pay some rupees of course, it's going to allow boosts for your current weapon. As you can see now I have a level 8, so that's going to give you more attack damage. That's going to give you you can see the percentages there. Attack range up 4%, special range, special attack damage up 5%. So you want to continue to build upon this kind of weapon fusing to become the strongest you can be. You can also, to get extra money, get extra rupees, you can go ahead and sell things. So if I wanted to sell these two tree branches, you can see at the bottom sale value is 41, and I hit plus button, yes, and I get 41 rupees. So you can also utilize him to make some money. The next tip is to utilize stables in order to buy and sell goods. So the different merchants will come to the different stables, and you can buy all sorts of different things. So like for this one in particular, we have all these different fish, and you'll probably remember some of these from Breath of the Wild. But this is how you can get all sorts of different fish. So let's say, you know, I wanted, you know, one of these. Or let's do 5 of these. I'd like to buy them. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, to be honest with you. But as you can see, that those are it's going to be sold out once you buy some. So very, very cool. You can also sell things to the merchants. A very useful tool if you need different things. Next up, you're going to want to do some cooking. And what cooking is going to do is cooking is going to allow you to basically prepare for battle and become stronger as you get into battle. And you can see all these little cooking you know, these little cooking areas, and you can do the different ones, and it'll tell you what you get for each of them. And these are going to be like power-ups for your battle before you go in and basically battle. So make sure you utilize cooking, learn a little bit about it. Here's an example where I could use 5 of the fish. Makes all these different dishes. It's incredibly useful if you're struggling. If you're doing very well, you don't really have to cook. It's not the end of the world. It's just a very cool addition that you could possibly do. And lastly, one thing that you want to do once you unlock it, you want to unlock the military training camp. Now again, I unlocked this pretty early. It's not that expensive to unlock, but what this allows is for you to upgrade your characters to the level that your Link is. So this is going to help you tremendously, because you're not going to have to replay levels to grind it out to level up all your different characters as you progress through the game. You can literally pay to upgrade them to keep them in line with Link. Now, what does that look like? You interact with the character that you want. You put it to the level. So let's say we want to go level 14. It's going to cost 621 rupees, and obviously we're going to do that. So now we're maxed out, and if this goes to 15, then I go up. Now let's max out Zelda, because obviously you have to have a maxed out Zelda. This is definitely one of the most important things you should keep up with, because you want to make sure that you're going to be competitive and everything is strong, and you're not rolling into battle with a level 4 Zelda when you're progress through the game. So keep that in mind. Hopefully, that's all the tips that I have for this particular video. More Age of Calamity videos coming in the future. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Age of Calamity? What kind of videos do you want to see? Would love to hear, and I will catch you all on the next video. Later!